This is quite disgusting. So that is a from a... Do you like cool merch? Of course you do, which is why we're pleased to announce our new website Icon Box, where you'll find all of our latest drops from Auto Alex, all the gear, Top Dead Center, and our car clothing brand Dead Pedal. Get 10% off everything now using the code LAUNCH10. Between Auto Alex and Top Dead Center, we make a lot of car videos, and judging by the comments, you guys are keen for a build-off.
Which is why we're going head-to-head to find out which channel can build the best track car.
And the rules are simple. Each team has got £500 for the car has to have a valid MOT, and each team has got £500 for modifications.
And today, you're going to find out what car Alex and Taylor managed to buy and modify.
After which, Will and Edwin will reveal their track car contender on the Top Dead Center channel on Monday. So then, we better get started. Good luck.
Oh, okay.
What are we thinking? We've got a budget of £500, and I, for the life of me, can't think of anything particularly fast for that money. There is one car I have in my mind, which is very cheap for a reason. It's a Mazda RX-8. Great gearbox, good power when it makes the power.
If we bought a normal car that had a bit of a bigger engine that had the capabilities to be fast,
Okay.
and then turn that into a track car, that could work. Or we try and find a really ropey sports car.
All right, okay. Should we jump on Facebook Marketplace? I think this is the only place that we're going to find the garbage that we need. No offense to all the Facebook sellers.
We need a cheap version of this.
An S2000, which is an RX-8. I'm going to find an RX-8 right now. RX-8. Oh my God. First one in Reading, £499. That's
What's wrong
pretty
with
good.
it?
Swapped alloy wheels, selling as might be taking off coilover. Engine may be out, want cheap. I can include rear coilover both. So mean you definitely need tow it away. Cheap to sell. Come with half roll cage or negotiable. Serious buyer clearing my driveway.
If you go on Facebook and type in hot hatch,
Yeah.
there's nothing that really is within budget. It's all quite expensive. You got R53, you got Golfs. That's 3.5. That's £3,000. Civic, £6,000. There's a C2 VTS, but that's £1,000. C2 VTS is actually a good car.
Really good car.
But it's a bit of a shit version of a Clio 182.
What about an £800, bear with me, Mazda MX-6 2.5 V6?
What is it with you and,
Right.
and weird cars?
But looking at the rest of it,
It's just
no
buffing
rust
you
on the
through.
arches.
No rust on the arches?
What is it with you and weird cars?
Oh, look, it's had a bit of a
wow.
ding.
A bit?
A
It looks
bit.
like it's been to Jurassic Park.
Yeah. MX-5 as well. We're realistically only going to be able to get a Mark
MX-5,
II.
I'm bored of.
And so
I'm
are
sorry.
you, so don't worry
they're
about
bored.
that.
We've done loads of MX-5 stuff. What about a 1987 Ginetta G26 2 litre?
I don't know what that is.
What it is that.
Wow, that looks so fast.
It's a Q reg.
Doesn't look fast at all.
God.
Oh,
Oh, it's a shame this isn't a bit cheaper. We really could have one up them there.
Ford Fiesta.
Great first car. Megane R26. It is a diesel.
What?
Could we get a fast diesel?
Yeah.
What about a three? No,
Like
you
a
can't get a 330D that
A
cheap.
Fabia VRS. I bought one for 500 quid and it was shit.
It was shit, yeah.
There's a
we
reason
don't-
it's still on
yeah.
a farm and it's been crashed into many times. On the subject of fast diesels, how about a Toyota Yaris? It's a T-Sport, it's £1,200, but look how fast that looks. And it comes with like a sunbed.
The fact that they've already got a Clio 172 completely writes that off immediately. I think we should get a Honda CR-V. 2 litre VTEC,
Yeah.
manual, four-wheel drive, one of the best vehicles ever created. Honda CR-V, 850 quid, Reading, 700 quid, 900 quid, 500 quid.
And you can get coilovers for that?
Yep.
Can you find some on Facebook Marketplace for that car? Because we also need to have the tuning parts for that vehicle.
Have to do a bit of research.
And speaking of research, when it comes to buying a used car, van or motorbike, let Car Vertical do the heavy lifting, because it will check if a car that you want to buy has been clocked, stolen or crashed. To give you an example of a Car Vertical report, I have just run the numbers on Rory's E46 330i Supercharged, and as you can see, we have got green ticks for mileage, finance and damage that tells me and you and Rory that this car does not have a bad past. But if we take a look at the Car Vertical report for this 2014 Nissan GTR, you can see green ticks for mileage and finance, but an amber warning for damage, and in some cases, this one included, you get some pictures of the damage. It doesn't look like it's too bad. Front end damage, let's have a look if the airbags have gone off, which I believe so, yes. And if we scroll down a little bit further, you can see that about 2 years later, the car was fixed up looking lovely. But we want to see what that damage actually equates to. And if we scroll all the way down, you can see that this car was a category D in 2015, then it was fixed. Then it was damaged again in 2018, presumably fixed, and then in 2020 it was a category N write-off again, and then presumably again repaired. So you know, if you wanted to buy this GTR as a clean title vehicle, that it's not been crashed once, not twice, but 3 times. So probably avoid that one. So again, don't get stung when buying a used car, van or motorbike. Let Car Vertical do the heavy lifting and check the car for you. What's more, you will get a massive 20% off using the code AutoAlex. Anyway, back to the search. So VW make hot hatches, right? Renault, we're out. We don't want to get a 172 or 182.
Yeah.
Citroen, there's the DS3. What about an SLK?
I would rather put pins in my eyes than drive that around the track.
What about from Audi? We've got A3, A5,
TT.
TT.
Can we get a TT?
We can't get a TT for 500 quid, though.
You bloody can.
Although
They're cheap.
I bought Rihanna. I bought Rihanna TT. What?
Audi TT, 900 quid, convertible. 20 valve turbo,
What?
manual.
Oh, yeah. Is that the 180?
Yeah, that's a 180 because it's got one exhaust. 995 quid, turbo quattro,
So
that's a 180.
we want the 225 band because that's quattro, isn't it?
Most of them are quattro, even if they're a 180, but we want the 225, the one with twin exhaust. £395. Black
Well,
chairs.
read the thing.
Starts and drives for loading purposes.
No,
It's got a water leak.
No MOT. The car we buy has to have a valid MOT.
TTs are so cheap.
All right.
And there are loads of them for sale.
Yeah.
I genuinely think a Mark 1 TT is a future
Oh,
classic.
100, yeah, 100%.
How many have you had?
1 or 2?
I've had 4 of them.
Actually 2. I had one at Car Throttle as well.
They're brilliant.
They are good. They are really good, yeah. Like value for money, you can't really beat it.
They are 850 quid. It's a 225. It's got 2 exhausts. Selling as I don't have room for it, even though I'd love to keep it. 180, BAM engine, has paperwork.
Wow. I've also got one here for 1250. 26, 18. Oh, and it's a 180. This is a 225 BAM.
This is 225 BAM.
We might have to give him a little message.
I think we're onto something.
Give him
here.
a little message.
I'm going to message him. A TT is effectively a Mark 1 Audi S3, but you can't get the S3s that cheap anymore, really.
And they are great cars. Like when you sit in them, you feel so cocooned and safe, don't you?
You do,
They're great.
yeah.
I can't believe how cheap these are.
They are silly cheap.
And so tunable as well. Like you can probably get an easy 300 brake out of these
Yeah,
with not much money.
yeah. We could buy this. It's an Audi A2. You like these?
Yeah.
And we could put Audi TT running gear.
Could do, yeah. Or we could literally just cut the shell off and just put it
And
on
just
the
glue it on
yeah.
the TT, yeah. I quite like that.
That is great, yeah.
I found one.
180.
It's local. It was listed a day ago. It looks all right, actually. It's 225. It's grey. It's had a bit of a front end prang.
Okay, we're all right with
be
that.
honest.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be pretty.
It's, there's a bit of crackage on the bumper, a bit of, and there's some, on the door, there's a bit, but all the tyres look good.
Yeah.
It's got the wheels, black leather, manual gearbox. It's done 130k. It's got what looks like a stainless steel exhaust on it. And it's got probably the world's worst looking cone air filter I've ever seen. And the description says, selling my dad's 2003 Audi TT 1.8 turbo as spares or repairs. MOT is valid until the 29th of May.
So tomorrow?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Car has the following known issues, including a leaking downpipe, replacement part included in the sale.
Nice.
Suspension bush needs replacing. Engine management light is on. And it's been in an unrecorded accident. It is £995 or near offer. So it's a little bit over budget.
A little bit?
But it has got quite a lot of damage on it.
And also the MOT is up tomorrow.
It is tomorrow, yeah.
So Taylor messaged Audi Man, and while we continued looking, he got a very encouraging response.
He sent me a voice note.
Hi Taylor, how you doing? I'm quite happy to take 500 for it, my friend. The only thing is, I have to speak to my dad first because it's his car. I'm just selling it on his behalf. So if he's happy with the price, my friend, you're more than welcome to come and collect it today for 500. Let me just speak to him. I'm just on my way to work in a minute. I'm just driving, so I'm just going to wait for him to give me a call. If he's happy with that, then I'll get back to you as soon as I can, dude.
Oh my God,
But
that's
that'd do.
amazing. You don't ask, you don't get.
In it?
Yeah.
So, and I've literally just said to him, that's the budget.
Yeah.
If you want to sell it, then
Happy days?
Yeah.
Happy days. Oh, that's amazing. That's so cool.
That's very promising. I think we might be onto something here.
And then a few minutes later, Ryan got back to us again.
Hello, Taylor, me again. So I've just spoken to him. He's happy for 500, dude, so...
It's a goer.
Oh, no, you're around to, what's his name?
Ryan.
Ryan's dad.
later on this evening, if that's okay. Maybe
Yeah.
just after 4 p.m.
That'd do.
That'll do, yeah.
Today, then yeah, brilliant.
A TT for £500 with
TT.
1 day MOT.
225 with a stainless exhaust.
Yeah.
And 1 day's MOT.
Yeah.
Let's go and look at the car.
Let's do it. So off we went to Chertsey, and the next day we had our very own budget track car. And this is it. This is the Audi TT 225 BAM. First things first, the colour is quite spectacular, is it not?
Really nice, isn't it? This is like a pearl, sort of bluey, petrol-y grey.
I've never seen this colour on this
Neither
car.
have I, neither have I. It's really nice. I reckon it's quite rare, you know.
I reckon so, I reckon so. It's also very crashed. Front end has had a bit of a clout. On your side as well, it looks
Yeah.
like there's been a wheel impact or something.
That apparently was a delivery driver in a van, and you can actually see the outline of the wheel.
That is good.
It's not actually that bad. Like, the rest of it is actually quite good.
Yeah.
It needs a door, a bit of sill, a bit of bumper, and other than that, and it'll be mint.
But we're not going to bother with that because it's rough and ready. This is our £500 track car.
I love the interior design. I love the way they're put together.
Yep.
They do have quite a lot of common faults. Every TT I've ever seen has this issue, the fuel gauge. It tends to run out apparently just over a quarter of a tank.
Okay.
So we just make sure it's got a good amount of fuel in it.
We've got 1.8, 225 brake horsepower, quattro all-wheel drive. They handle quite nicely. They are a little bit soft, but for what it's worth, I don't think we can get any better.
I think for the money, there is the opposition. Haha! I hope there's no cheating going on here. I genuinely believe, other than a Mazda RX-8, this is the most amount of car that would be sort of takeable on track for 500 quid.
Absolutely. Should we have a look inside? Because it's
Yeah.
quite rough in there, isn't
It is
it?
a little bit, yeah.
First thing you notice is the smell. It smells like cigarette ash.
Oh,
That is just pure cigarette ash. So whoever owned it didn't actually use an ashtray. They literally just used to just flick their cigarettes. It smells so bad.
it does smell quite grim. But it's got the cool little cover for the radio, and it's got the aluminium gear knob, which is nice.
Yep, 6-speed manual gearbox.
I like how you're cocooned in. When you sit in, the
yeah.
windscreen's really low, the dashboard's
You
quite
sit
low.
low, the seats are great as well.
Yeah, they're a very sporty feel when you're in them. I love a Mark 1 TT.
Yeah, and they are so affordable.
They
It's
are.
very rare that you get them for 500 quid. This is obviously in very poor shape.
Yeah.
But you can pick these up for like 1,500 quid, 2 grand.
So there is a couple of issues with it mechanically. It's got a blow from the downpipe, and apparently the engine light's on because of the airflow meter. But looking at it straight away, that arrow is supposed to point for the airflow, and it's
Yeah.
pointing out, not in. So that airflow meter is actually on the wrong way around.
Fantastic. Well, hopefully that's an easy fix.
So we might get away with turning that around, clearing the code. It may work, we don't know. But it has got a brand new alternator on it and a brand new auxiliary belt, which is, you know, a few hundred quid on its own. You could get a lot of power out of these. They've got a lot of potential. With our budget, probably not that much.
500 quid, no.
Maybe we could see if someone do a little remap on it or something like that.
I think so, I think so.
Get a few more ponies out of it.
So first impressions, it is rough and ready, but it is a 225 BAM. We need to have a look underneath. Let's see
Yes.
if there's any history of some damage. So shall we drag it in, put it on the ramp and have a look?
Yeah.
Let's do it. First impressions is not too bad. I thought it was going to be worse, considering it's 500 quid. We do have a bit of an oil leak. There's a few bits of drama here with the
A
exhaust.
bit of an oil leak.
It's all right. It's a track car, okay? It only needs to go once.
So it is sweating some power up the front.
Yeah.
It's got a bit of an issue there. I've also noticed there's a bit of a CV boot leak there. Also, this does have a puncher on this front corner. This goes down overnight. It's quite a big puncher, so we either need to fix it or replace it.
We don't need to worry about these because to keep things fair, everyone is going to have the same tyres. We're going to
Okay.
go for the 651 accelerators from Tyre Street. If you want to get a set, 10% off using the code AutoAlex. But yeah, we'll all be running the same rubber.
Okay, that's fair. So that solves one issue. There is apparently a knock from this front corner as well.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to check that. The boot's missing off the top of that drop link.
Okay, what can we do about suspension? Oh, that's quite knocky, isn't it? What we do need to have a look at though is if we can get some cheap coilovers on Facebook Marketplace, probably Facebook Marketplace, or eBay or somewhere like that.
Cheap coilovers or lower end springs, whatever we can find, but it's got to be within budget. Apparently, it's got a leak from the downpipe. If it has, I'll be honest, I don't really want to deal with that because that is up there and it is a subframe out job to even look at it.
No.
But we may be lucky because it has a blow from here, because this entire exhaust system, if you look at it, is actually completely rotated incorrectly. This box is supposed to sit level up here and there's supposed to be a hanger here. So this has either come loose or it's been hit by the looks of it. And it's twisted round and it is definitely blowing here. So this might be our only blow if we're lucky. If not, it needs a downpipe, which I don't even want to get into.
So currently coilovers, I'm hoping we can get away with like £250. More power getting rid of the cats, that's absolutely free. Don't need to worry about that.
The brakes on this car are actually quite new, disc-wise. So we could get away with just some ceramic
Let's just get some nice pads.
And a very, very important thing that loads of people overlook is brake fluid. If we get some uprated brake fluid in there as well, then hopefully the brakes won't fade and we should be all right.
The biggest thing that is also free of charge that is going to give us better performance is
stripping it out.
Stripping it out. We can probably get rid of, I'm going to guess, 175 kilos out of this.
I reckon there's a good 50 kilos of cigarette ash. So
probably
we should be all right.
Also, just driving in here, the clutch is good. We don't need to worry about that. The steering, I forgot how heavy and sporty that feels, so that's good. Once we do the brake, suspension, tyres, and strip it out, I think this is going to be really quite rapid.
Yeah, I agree. I think this has got potential to be a really fast and capable little car.
Indeed, and getting off the line, we will not be beaten. If we are beaten, then we know something's very wrong with the car.
One other advantage that we have is the weather. It doesn't matter what weather conditions we have. I think being four-wheel drive, we're going to be spot on.
And another advantage that we've not discussed, we have got a former racing driver who'll be at the wheel.
Yeah, so Rory's going to have a couple of laps, and yeah, we should be fine.
That's a nice angle. Shall we look for some parts?
Yeah.
We need to crack on.
And crack on we did, scouring Facebook Marketplace, eBay, and even our own unit for bits that we could install.
And this is the list of parts that we're going to be putting on the Mark 1 TT to make it as fast as possible. We have stuck to a £500 budget, unbelievably. There are two things that aren't actually here as well, so we'll talk you through those in a minute. But before all of that, what do we have here, Taylor, and how much have we paid?
First of all, we've got some second-hand coilovers. These are just budget ones. They're not designed for track use or anything like that. They're just to get the car low so we can get the centre of gravity low to hopefully give us a better chuckability and turn in. We've also got a polybush dog bone mount. That is to reduce the gearbox and engine twisting when we accelerate and decelerate, which hopefully should improve gear changes slightly because it doesn't move about so much. We've also got some wheel spacers, 20s for the rear, 15s for the front, which should bring the wheels out to the arches, which gives you a wider track, which again improves handling, because we want to try and improve the handling of this car a bit, because we've got the power, it's got 225 brake. Handling wise, I think we might struggle a little bit. All of these bits I bought from the same guy on Facebook Marketplace, and these were 150 quid.
Is he like a TT breaker or something?
Yes, TT breaker. So these are all second-hand off of a TT that got broken for spares, 150 quid for the lot. I also got a new MAF sensor because the one on our car is showing a fault. It's fitted the wrong way around. I think it might be a bit ruined. So we'll replace this because at the moment I think it's a little bit down on power. And for what we want to do a bit later, I think we will need this. Tyres. We have got Tyre Streets Accelera 651 Sports. These are the extras. These are a 200 compound tyre, so they're a bit better for track use. We're not going to consider these in our budget. Both teams are having these. This is a safety thing.
On top of that, I also found this Sparco bucket seat. Apparently Sparco bucket seat on Facebook Marketplace with the harnesses. We're going to try and figure out if we can actually fit those. This was £110 and it came from a Mark 5 Golf GTI with these custom bracket mounts as well, 8mm steel. Hopefully they'll be able to bolt up into the existing mounts of the TT. And then on the floor, you will notice our very special item that costs £1.
That is because we nicked that from our Skoda Yeti track car and then sold it to our, well, I technically took it off, so I will allow you to have it
for a pound. That brings us up to a budget of that. On top of that, we've also got a set of EBC Blue Stuff pads, which are track focused. They are on their way, they're arriving today, and we only could afford to get the fronts. They are £127. And then later, we're gonna have a man, and he's gonna do some jiggery pokery to the ECU. He is charging £112 to do that because that's all we have left in the budget, and he's helping us out.
Yeah.
So we're going to hopefully up the power a little bit.
I'm not going to let him run loose because he ruined the Skoda Yeti, let's be honest.
So while Taylor removed dead weight from the boot, I got started inside unbolting and removing the old seats.
Ew.
We've got more budget. I've just found £2 and 12p. This is going to Remap Man. Right, these seats are nearly coming out. Right, oh, there we go. So, seat, weight, electrics.
What on earth?
Bloody electrics.
Give me this.
What are you doing, Chris?
Give me this.
Chris, what's going on?
I'm gonna sell it on the shop. You can sign it, and people can have a keepsake. Give me this.
Wow, he is so athletic. That looks so painful. So yeah, I suppose if you go onto the Iconbox website, you will see that headrest, plus a few other bits that Chris is squirreling away for sale, and we'll sign everything as well.
Oh. Wet and dry.
Oh, that's actually not as heavy as I was expecting, but I reckon that's a good 20 kilos, maybe 25 kilos. Oh, look how grubby this. Oh, we got more money. We got more money. Oh, and it still smells of sick. So we've got another £1, another 10p. This is all going to Mapman. There we go. We're collecting for you, Mapman. So please get us extra horsepower. Every pound is an extra horsepower.
I've never actually opened one of these. There is a hazard.
This is G-Rim.
Oh,
Yeah? Have you got money?
I found a lighter.
Oh.
That's got to be worth what? £1?
Taylor,
What?
are you making the car lighter?
Oh! Another seat out. Oh. Oh, I tell a lie. Oh, that's disgusting. 20 more p. There you go, Batman. Oh, it smells so bad. Oh, yes.
Rory, I think that's the first time he's ever hoovered a car.
You want to get it?
I don't know if I've ever seen him vacuum a car out, genuinely.
Oh, no!
And he's blocked it.
This is quite disgusting.
Oh!
So that is a bone from a chicken wing. Oh, it's so grim.
Good Lord. Right, Rory, what am I going to be doing next? I am going to be replacing the mass sensor. I've got a nice new one. I'm going to chuck it on, try and clear the codes. Hopefully they clear. And for £1, very conveniently, I have a nice brand new K&N air filter. We found change in the footwell which allowed me to buy this air filter from ourselves for £1. We found it in our little storage unit, didn't we, Rory? We had a little rummage. And yeah, it's brand new, it's never been used. And I think it's going to be a massive upgrade from this rubbish little air filter that's on here at the moment. So I'm going to get cracking fitting all this. Where is that even coming from? Oh my. What is going on?
While Taylor got cracking fitting those, I turned my attention to the all-important wing.
So I need to drill there, kind of there, and there.
Yeah, there we go. I didn't have 2 clips for it, so I did have to chore that one from TDC, but I don't think they'll notice until this video goes out. I'd say, job well done. And look, I've got my little cold air feed there. That now immediately looks faster.
After drilling the holes in the boot lid, I used the angle grinder to cut access holes for the wing to be fitted. And while I was doing that, Taylor plugged in our Carly and cleared the faulty MAF sensor code.
Just checking for issues. Ow! I felt that.
Sorry, didn't see you there. Oh yeah. I mean, it's not pretty, but it's on. And yes, it is a bit wobbly, but that's just where the bolt holes go.
Right, so we fitted the rear coilovers. We have noticed a little bit of an issue, and that is that one of the rings on the rear adjusters is missing, so we can only have it in its lowest setting. I'm going to put the fronts on next, and then we'll just put it on the ground and see how it sits before we do any
Well, I think the brand is, what is it? Stance something.
Plus.
So I think this is going to be Stance Plus.
Yes. And I'll be honest,
Yeah.
I've left the original rear shocks on because I can't be arsed. And they look the same as what comes with these coilovers. You've got to take all the arch liner out and it's...
And also, unfortunately for us, budget did not allow for that.
Yeah.
Sadly for us, the front coilovers did not go on anywhere near as easy as the rears did. But that's what you get with older, high mileage cars and second-hand used parts.
So currently, for some reason, this doesn't fit in the hub. So, I'm having a few difficulties there. I think it's starting to go in.
Not to let Taylor have all the fun, I started on the other side, which proved to be just as difficult.
It's raining rust! I believe we are free!
Get in there, you bastard. Got it in, Rory.
Yeah.
It only took 4 to 6 working days, but I got it in. And now I'm just going to tighten up the pinch bolt. Like that. There you go.
Oh, hello.
Look at that.
Should we give it to Chris? We'll sign this bit of rust down here.
We can't sell that because someone will get tetanus.
That's disgusting. And now I'd like to introduce you to our secret weapon. This is Tom from TXM Tuning. How you doing?
Very good, thank you.
Very good to see you. It is late in the day, but you are going to unleash an extra, what, 25-30 brake from our TT?
25-30 brake, yeah.
And we have agreed a bit of a grubby deal because we are on a very, very tight budget. £112, although we have found an extra few quid in there. Here we go, here we go. Here we go. And stop. What? Oh, the back. Why is the back so high?
Why is the back high?
Well, we have taken all of the weight out, which is
It was really high.
the seat. Do you know why it is?
Oh, it's quite stiff.
It's because of the downforce.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Wait, how about now?
Yeah, that looks great.
I think I left some tools under there.
Either way, it was now time to hand over to Tom to unleash a few extra horses.
So it is now the next day and we've got a few little bits to catch up on with today. The seat is now fitted, the suspension's on, the spoiler's on. We've got some nice EBC brake pads to be fitting, new brake fluid that we're going to change as well. I've also got the new dog bone mount, the Polybush dog bone mount, and we have got, if you come this way, this is very exciting, a new tyre machine and tyre balancer from Equipment for Garages. We've got some new tyres to be fitting. We've got some Accelera 651 Sports, courtesy of Tyre Streets UK. Don't forget to use the code AutoAlex, 10% off. I'm going to be fitting all 4 of these to the TT wheels on the new tyre machine, and then we're going to get it outside, give it a clean once everything's fitted, and then we should be done. So hopefully this won't take too long, just a couple of hours. Let's crack on. One, done. Thanks, Equipment for Garages. Are you ready for the best cooling of your life? Yeah. You ready? What have we got in here? Well, we got some blue stuff pads. These are very good for track use. Before you say we're cheating, we bought these. Combination street and track pad with fast bed in, which is good because we need that. These are going to really improve the braking of this car, and hopefully we won't have any brake fade on track. I'm also going to replace the brake fluid as well because obviously we don't want to be putting good pads in and then boiling the brake fluid. So let's get cracking fitting these. Next up, and finally, is this dog bone mount. Now it's got a nice polyurethane bush in here which should reduce the swing of the engine. It's quite an easy job to fit. It's 2 bolts in the side, 2 bolts in the side. Should slide out the subframe, slide back in. What could possibly go wrong? That feels like it's going to snap. If that snaps, I will have to take the subframe out to repair that. Might have escaped this one. Okay. As it turns out, the bolt was seized to the mount and not in the subframe, which is quite lucky. The only thing is, that bolt's now stuck in there. There we are. That is a perfect example of that funny corrosion that exists. I can't remember the name of it, but it's where steel reacts with aluminium and it creates this white powder and it all corrodes together and gets stiff. Time to fit the new one. It's currently 39,000 degrees in the unit now, which is quite extraordinary. I've never seen temperatures quite this high. I think it's something to do with the fact that Robin's in the room. There we are.
Is that the correct tool?
Yeah, this has got a torque wrench built into it, that gun. Yeah, it has, yeah. It goes ugga-dugga-dugga when it reaches correct Newton meterage. One polyurethane bush fitted. Time to get the wheels on, get it outside and give it a clean.
And so there you have it, our 500 quid TT has been adorned with £500 worth of budget mods. How well the car will drive is a complete unknown, but what we can say is that the TT at least now looks faster. But just how fast you'll have to find out next week, when we go head to head with Top Dead Centre. We'll see you on track.